Hello, good to see you. Welcome aboard. We are live on Zoom and momentarily live on Facebook Live. So here we go. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a part of this. This is the final session for our June meetings, and it's been fun seeing you here with me, and a pleasure to offer to you some of the key ideas that can help paraliminal technology serve you most powerfully. It's at the top of the hour. Great to see you. And we're going to be playing with the Living the Law of Attraction paraliminal that I created with Jack Canfield as a part of a program he and I wrote called Effortless Success. So a key component to the Effortless Success program are the three stages of the law of attraction: ask, believe, receive. And overarching all of that is, what does it mean to truly live into the law of attraction? So the fundamental change work that's a part of this program is, number one, you start by identifying in what area the vibrational match needs to be up leveled. So is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Is it spiritual? And so you decide in this listening session what it is that you would like to raise in order to live into the fullest expression of your desires. Now, once you've done that, then you also think about somebody who is a good role model for a vibrational match to what you want to do. So, for example, Jack Canfield is a person who wrote the Laws of Success. And if you wanted to be able to be an entrepreneur and achieve the kind of financial abundance and notoriety, fame that he has, he would be a good one. Now, along with every human being, there's also, with all the good qualities, there's also some quirks that they have that you might not want to take on yourself. And so when we do the concept of a new behavior generator, which is essentially what that component of this program is about, is the new behavior generator, you identify not only what it is that you do want to achieve, what it is you see in another person that you would like to model, and what is it you want to make sure that you don't model. So let's go back to this idea of modeling. It is our first way of learning. We're observing the world all the time, and as infants, that's all we can do. We communicate by making some noises, but we really don't have language. So when a person is learning from their world, essentially what's happening is they're learning by osmosis. For example, I have 3 grandkids, and there is a point in their development where they'll take a thing like a broom and they'll move it back and forth like they saw mom or dad doing, and they'll say, "I'm brooming." Somehow they figure out that if you take the word, a noun, and you add ing to it, it becomes a verb, an action word. Now, obviously, they don't have the distinctions for grammar. They didn't go to school to learn any of that. It's just natural. They gain it by osmosis. We gain our language. We gain our ability to walk. We gain a lot of our idiosyncratic behaviors from those around us that we model. So if you're living your life in a certain way, physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, that isn't the way you would like it to be, and you want to attract whatever is necessary to bring yourself to a higher level, modeling people who are already living there is essential. In fact, you may have heard the idea that if you look at the 5 people you hang out with most, and you take the average of the incomes of all of those people, that will be your income on an annual basis. It's an interesting idea. I haven't necessarily tested that all that much, but I can see why. When Jack Canfield called me up to help him start a group called the Transformational Leadership Council, I was very enthusiastic to be with him and other authors and trainers and speakers and entrepreneurs who are making a significant difference in the world. And of the 27 people that he called, all 27 of us said, yeah, I want to be a part of that. And we meet twice a year in some cool location. And we hang out and we learn from each other. And do we learn intellectually? Well, yeah, we ask a lot of questions. We have a lot of inquiries. But we also learn by osmosis. So when you look at the company you keep and you think about what are the good traits and what are the not so good traits you may be modeling from them, consider that you have a choice about that. You can tell yourself what it is you want to keep and what it is you just as soon let go of. So I am friends with a number of different groups. And there are some people in one group that don't like some of the people in another group. And they ask me, how can you stand being around that person? And I really do think that it's a result of this particular capacity that all of us have. The ability to be conscious and aware of what it is we're modeling and what it is we're choosing to not model or let go of. And so I can move between groups pretty well and make a decision for myself. What are the values that I stand on? There's a distinction also between a value that you stand on and a position that you hold. A position that you hold is an opinion. Everybody's got opinions. And many people will argue the positions that they take around various topics. But when you look deeper, it's based on a set of values that they have. And when you take a stand on a value, you don't have to argue for that value. So keep thinking about what it is that you value most. And one of the powerful concepts in the Effortless Success program that Jack and I explored is this idea of purpose being inspired from a higher source. So you think about the purpose of your life. Think about that coming from a higher intelligence, a higher spiritual perspective. And then once you have your purpose, that informs what it is you value most, and then the goals that you establish. And so it tends to be a flow through to what it is you're deciding to do today. And that's also why I love paraliminal technology, because you could say, hey, this is what I'm going to do today, and you can listen to a paraliminal that will help you gain access to whatever is necessary to get to that outcome, get to that accomplishment for this day. So hopefully this helps expand some of your idea about living the law of attraction. Remember that the physics of it is about when you raise your vibration level to the level of that which you desire to attract to you, you will, in fact, attract it to you in a lot of different forms and from a lot of different sources. This is why if you're looking to increase your financial abundance, don't think about it as coming from a source, a job, a thing that you have to do in order to get. Think about the universe as being infinitely abundant. So your financial well-being, your financial abundance comes from an unlimited number of possible sources. In a global economy that is infinite in its dimension. So keep an open mind. There is a key concept in this program. It's established right up front, is the idea of expansion. When you feel yourself expanding mentally, expanding emotionally, expanding physically, to do more, to be more, to achieve more, to live more fully, you're actually going to be raising your vibrational level in a number of different areas simultaneously. When you live in fear, when you contract, when you pull back, when you hesitate, when you choose not to pursue a dream, that contraction is a vibrational match for depression, sadness, anger, frustration, and learned helplessness. So if you scan your life and you say, what are the areas where I'm really frustrated with the way things are going, you can target that and say, there's an area that I want to raise my vibration level to match a higher way of being, to match a more expansive way of being. And I like to use the phrase living wholeheartedly into our highest expression. Another concept which is brought through this program repeatedly is the idea of a higher intelligence. You see, the conscious mind, which we use on a daily basis to get a lot of our work done, isn't the end all for the true wisdom that's within us. And that wisdom will speak to us and guide us along the way of that fuller expansion of our life. We've got to take this step, but once we do, the ground rises up under our feet to provide the next step for us to go on. We can look at the future and think, I don't know what's going to be happening 3 months from now, or what step 27 may be. But if I can see the next one step that I could take, I can take one small next step in the direction. And when I do, all of the intelligence, all the insight, the synchronicities, the intuitions, the wisdom necessary to proceed effectively rushes in to support me. Why? Because I am a vibrational match of that next step, of having achieved that one next step. I'm literally raising my vibration to match the end goal of that next step and the next step and the next step and so on. And so tapping into that higher intelligence, that infinite intelligence, is a key part of the real bonus of living the law of attraction. Well, enjoy it. It's been a blast being with you. Have a spectacular day, and I look forward to our next opportunity to be together. Bye for now. Peace and blessings.